Welcome to Black Added. So this episode, first of all, let's talk about how it's gonna go. So we are going to have a word of the day. Every time you hear this word, you have to take a shot. All right. So, Jess, what is our word for the day?
The word of the day
Shit. She don't even want to say it.
is ass.
Oh shit.
Ass? Damn! I didn't know you was gonna jump off the porch.
Sex.
Okay.
So I could say vagina, but I don't think we're gonna use vaginas. So.
No, we're not doctors. We're not.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck it. We're gonna jump right in. But first,
Ass. Every time you hear ass, take a shot. We'll take a sip. That when we take a sip, that'll be
indication.
Even if you don't say it, I'm gonna sip either way, so it doesn't matter.
Right. So don't pay
Ass
attention
at
to
this point. Right. Okay.
But first, we gotta thank everybody for sharing.
Yes. Oh my God.
Commenting and everything. We appreciate everybody that supported
amazing.
the first episode.
Amazing.
Thank you so much. Well, we back at it.
We black at it. Black at it.
Again.
All right, so this episode is going to be about sex. Like, I have gotten a lot of...
With the sexy voice.
Is that my sexy voice?
Sound like it.
Sex. So I want to start off with the questions. Like, I got a lot of questions and, like, topics that people want to, like, talk about. So I would like to start with that list because I feel like it's interesting enough. So the first one is, first of all, the preliminary question. Mm-hmm. Why do you think it's so hard for people to talk about sex? Like, why is sex a conversation that people shy away from when we all do it?
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
Because I don't think everybody knows how to talk about it properly.
What's properly?
Depending on who's in the room. Like, you know how a sex conversation can be different depending on who you're talking to. Mm-hmm. Like, when we was all in 5th grade, the boys and the girls went in 2 separate rooms and they talked to us about like biological part of sex, right? But we're about to talk about a whole nother side of sex, which is different.
Right.
Not everybody is educated enough to even talk about sex. So
diplomatically.
Right.
Like neutrally.
Right, exactly. And some people aren't comfortable in their sexuality to even talk about it.
Oh, that's a whole nother layer. So
right.
It's like, it's not just one dimensional.
No. It's
like, it's, okay, so I get it. I feel like there is shame in sex. Like, I feel like people feel like, okay, because there's something, like, what is it about sex that it feels so great that people don't even want to talk about it? Like, I feel like if you're dating, you should be...
It's too good.
She's ready to empty her clip.
I want to know what she think about it.
Like, what do you feel like? What are things that you should be able to freely talk about when it comes to sex and you're dating somebody? Please, Jess. Tell me.
Well, I'm not trying to attack men. I'm going to go ahead and put that disclaimer out there.
It's all, say what you want to say. I'll hold him down. I'm
Thank you, True Love.
You're not going to be able to.
I got you.
You're not going to be able
to. Men, ass is the thing nowadays.
What you mean? Like,
big ass.
That's always been a thing.
So a lot of men go after it and they can't handle it because they don't have the equipment. And I'm not shaming any man who doesn't have a larger package because you can find ways to. It's just when you first start dating someone and, you know, it's about to hit there, put that out as a disclaimer. Like,
what?
That you're not working with. Like, you're not working with.
First of all, no niggas gonna say he got little meat.
I mean, you don't have to say it like that. But
no, he's gonna say he got little meat.
Yo, so recently.
You gonna have to find out when you find out. Fuck it, I'm here now.
That's fucked up, bro. Like, at some point, you have to be to the point where it was a guy that was, like, shrimp detailed. Like,
oh, God.
Right. I don't know how else to say it.
Right.
This nigga didn't even say nothing. Like, he was like hypersexual, and he pulled it out, and I was like, oh, yo, I had never seen anything that small in my life.
He was overcompensating. That's all it was.
So
this is my only move.
But he knew
the woman the choice.
Why didn't he say something instead of saving himself the embarrassment of
you being shocked?
Right. And I'm like, nah, that's not enough.
I put it to you like this. It's a point of power. right? So unfortunately for some men, if they're not delivering in that area, it's going to be hard for them. So you got to overcompensate by just like, yo, this is my move. Boom, this is me. All together, take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? It's a power thing. It really is, because if
the power is so far. It doesn't go but so far. So you might as well go ahead and expose yourself as your true self. Like you're not working with a lot. Maybe you got good ass head. Like maybe at this point I can make you feel loved, appreciated. If you got daddy issues, I can make you feel that kind of shit. You need to be calculated in this shit. Right. But as far as like, it's not a family.
But that's what we get into.
Taking you down, do not like.
But that's what we get into, y'all. And does size matter? Because evidently y'all saying it does.
It does matter.
I think it matters.
And I'm sorry.
Go ahead, babe.
For the men who say it don't matter, because I've had conversations where it's like, oh, all y'all need is 4 inches. As far as the body,
wait a fucking minute. Listen, 4. I'm offended.
It's
4.
As far as the body goes, anyway, we need more than 4 inches.
We try to say, the could is at the top. We don't need one.
You gotta
that's what he said. I know how he gave it up.
He's like, the vagina only feels a certain amount. After that, it's like, you know.
Space? Or?
But no, it's not, because I'm like, first of all, how can a man tell me what I'm feeling?
I feel you on that.
They can't.
So I would say size is important. Mm-hmm. And not just length, girth as well.
Mm-hmm. Girth
is very important.
Will take you where length won't.
That is true. That is true. And
she did a flashback. She was flashing back to a nigga she told she had to double. She like, yeah, he coming up short.
So for y'all who don't know, Chelsea just gave us a cue that we all had to like think about.
Right. I didn't want to look crazy, but the pussy does mold to a dick too, but I don't want 4 or 5 inches. I would say at least 6 for me is my minimum as far as length goes, and I would like a nice girth. I don't want pencil either.
My thing is, if we first of all, like we had
crazy right now. Niggas is cringing watching this shit. I'm telling you,
as they should.
We don't expect. I'm just speaking for a man. Like, we talk about certain shit, but we don't go into depth. Like, our egos are very fragile. So if a lot of niggas watching this shit, that they see it like, or it's
y'all have it hard.
We don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So
my thing is, if we have that's my thing. Like, yes, I like. Niggas got big dicks or whatever. My thing is, if we don't have a connection, it's not gonna feel good to me. Okay. Like, if we have a connection, you can have a average size penis or whatever, and it'll feel amazing compared to somebody I'm not connected to, and he just got a big dick. So he don't know how to move. He don't know what. Like, I have to want to fuck you. Like, I have to want to have sex with you. It's something about the way your brain works. It's something about the way you walk. It's something about the way you move that makes me want to fuck you. Right. So when we're having sex. It's a conversation.
Right. So with that being said, I want to jump to that question we had. What constitutes good sex for you?
Good sex to me is when our conversation is fluid. So if I feel like sex is a conversation, like if I feel like you talking to me, I'm like, damn, you look so good. Like, we don't even have to talk about it, but the way our bodies are moving, there's no words for what we're talking about. You know what I mean? So to me,
body language.
How often do you think that happens though without talking?
Because for me, every time, because otherwise I'm not doing it. I don't care if you just like physically attracted. But you're not gonna have great sex.
The reason I asked that because you gotta take an L before you realize it's an L.
Yeah. So I've already done enough, and I'm too grown to act dumb.
But every time ain't gonna be like, oh, he just knew me and I knew it.
It can be. It can. For me, it can be.
You're saying with the same person?
No, I'm just saying in general. Like, when you go into somebody, when you just deciding to have sex with somebody, it's not always gonna be a wham.
I don't feel like that. I feel like it can be though. I feel
like with the same person, you're not gonna get. I mean, it's gonna be good.
You grow. The reason I say that is because you're gonna grow to learn somebody. Right. Mm-hmm. Now you can do it through communication, but like you talking about, you're saying that a physical aspect that y'all already know each other, but that's kind of unrealistic
Not for, I will honestly say not for me.
Okay.
Like, I honestly feel like at this point, I would go months. I would go a year without having sex if it's not going to be that experience. Because to me, it wasn't satisfying. Like, I mean, I might have little, like, lightly scratched my itch. But as far as me feeling fulfilled, it's not going to happen. So I would rather wait. Like, I would rather it be understanding and now we're talking.
So can I ask you, do you go into... do you talk about sex openly to a person you plan to have sex with?
I do, as long as you don't make it personal. Because I don't even know if I want to have sex with you first.
Right.
So if you start off like, I'm, like super aggressive and you're talking about sex in a way, it turns me completely off.
Right. Especially too quickly.
Too quickly. But if you're talking about, like, so why do y'all think that sex is a topic that people shy away from?
It's because...
I think
it's because people either one aren't good at it.
That's the part.
And they've had a bad history of it, so they would rather not talk about it. And they've had bad experiences that scared them away from doing it ever again. See, but this is why I said, I asked y'all, do y'all talk about it? Because if you tell somebody what makes you orgasm, right?
Right.
A nigga ain't gotta think about it.
Or try to do it like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, a nigga just gonna go right to the target. Right. Opposed to figuring this shit out. And that's one thing that...
But do you feel like certain things should just happen? I feel like certain things should just happen.
I haven't talked about it with every person.
But you should. And the reason I say that is because we all grown, right? It's gonna take you less time to... Nah, but you saying...
It's more impressive if you don't.
It is, cool. But if you want to get there and you don't want to wait, you don't even want to question. If you like the nigga and you don't want to question if you're going to get there or not, just give him the roadmap so he can get to the promised land. Like. This is what you like.
I will say,
you like your leg here, you like it. Yeah, like
that.
It's cool. But that's what I'm saying. That's the grown thing about like having sex with somebody. Like you can tell them what you like. You quick to tell somebody what you don't like.
Well, let me say this. I'm not expecting my mind to be blown the first time because we're trying to figure each other. Even if we talk about it, we still gotta have. But
have you ever had your mind blown the first time? Because I have, and that was like
spoken or unspoken expectations.
Yeah,
that's the word.
Spoken or unspoken expectations, and see expectations. Sometimes somebody falls short, and that can affect how you see the person.
I've never been more pleased with unspoken expectations. Like I've been more pleased with somebody that naturally
knew your body.
Yeah.
Like it was a sexual chemistry.
Like there's nothing in comparison to that. Like I have never been more disappointed in the natural expectation versus what we learned about each other. Right. Like to me, the person, and it's been, I would say 3 in my lifetime, where the first time we ever had sex was like mind fucking blowing. Like we was on the same page. It was like, communication outside of words.
And sometimes people just
mesh
chemistry wise.
That's what I want.
You mesh.
That's the standard.
But it don't mean you're gonna end up with them motherfuckers.
That's true.
I mean, to me, it's so great to where I don't care. Like,
no, you care. Because you.
I'm not
you
have
have
an ultimate level.
But, like, okay, cool. We talking about sex right now, but in the broad scheme of things, sex may be great. Mm-hmm. Don't mean you're gonna end up with the motherfucker. It'll be. Would you sacrifice not so not so amazing sex if he is delivering in every other area? Is what I'm asking. Like, so you gotta have amazing.
How important is sex?
Like, how important is sex?
It's
with
top
everything.
3.
I would say top 3 for sure.
Right. Top 3. Right. Now, like, have you ever had someone that didn't deliver all the way at first, and then it got better because y'all grown to know each other?
For me, you can sit still, and I'm gonna get what I came for.
That's because you know your body, but everybody.
Right. So I think that is not going to be the number one. I got it. So what I'm saying is, yes, I agree with you. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be number one. Like you don't have to be able to like get me there. I can get me there with you. But if everything else is hitting on it,
and that may be why your batting average is so good from jump. Oh. Because you know what gets you off. Some women don't. So
they don't. They can't tell the man.
Exactly my point.
So the man got to figure it out.
Exactly my point. So to save us time.
But if she don't know, how she gonna tell you?
True, but some of y'all do. So, but listen, if you know, don't make me fish around for it. What for?
So that's
get to it.
Well, for me, it's more of a turn on. If, like, okay, all right, so I'm about to get real vulgar. If everybody got,
shit, we talking about it.
We ready? Yeah. Okay, so I've seen where a lot of women don't like to be fingered. They don't like me.
I will tell you that.
I like it. I enjoy. Like to me, it's like
that's warming the oven up.
I don't like it during head.
Oh my god, that's the best time.
I focus on the clitoris.
But you see how y'all are different. You see how y'all
we
different.
are definitely different.
So say that's a nigga's go-to move.
Why would it be his go-to? That's the problem.
But listen to what I'm
it
saying.
should be
listen what I'm telling
customized.
You. If a nigga has been successful with the last 3 women,
oh yeah, he's gonna do it again.
And then he come across.
I have a problem with men like that. Like you should be. I could tell if you're not tailoring your behavior to me. I can tell when you are just doing your next move, and I'm like, nigga, did you not see me react to what the fuck you did?
Cool.
Like, nigga, I need you to understand. Like this, I'm in the motion of what you're doing versus
so do
me
you
like
say,
season up.
So
like, nigga,
okay, that's a good point. So in the moment, do you say it or you stop? What do you do?
He should be paying attention too low.
And that's the thing.
No, he shouldn't just
I'm a man that I don't have to say it with, but if I had to say it, I don't even say it. I just move my body. If I'm adjusting my hips this way, it's like, nigga, move to this side.
Right. No, you're right. Like as men, we have to pay attention to physical cues. Because honestly, from rip, fuck sex. From rip, I can tell if a woman is attracted to me with the physical things that happen as far as like eye contact, like all that shit, how the way she hugs me, all that type of shit. We have to pay attention to that shit because really that's all we have is y'all the physicalities of our interactions. Other
that's
than that,
all anybody has.
Nah,
y'all have to pay more attention.
We have to.
In your head,
we have to.
But we have to pay attention to y'all too.
Like, I mean, because my thing is, it's so many microaggressions with how people respond to certain shit.
Can we get to another question at the
okay, so we can move along.
Yeah, so. Like, cause the only reason I said that is because the people, that too, and the people sent in questions for us to answer.
You're right. So does size matter?
We talked about it. It matters to me. Does it matter to you?
At a certain rate. Yeah, we could. All right. So, submissive versus dominant. Do you feel like you play a certain role sexually? Like, do you feel like you are more of a submissive or a dominant?
I can be dominant. I can be submissive.
Yes, you can.
You say you can't be submissive?
I can be. I can be both. It depends on my mood.
That's good. That's a good character trait to have.
I feel like it's customized to the person. Like, it's sometimes I want to be like,
I want to be taken advantage of, and then other times like, I want to take advantage of.
Tell me what to do.
You want to take advantage. That sounds a little rapey.
Oh, no.
Sound right. You want to take advantage. What? Don't say that. Don't say take advantage.
No.
I want to have my way.
Yeah, have your way.
You know, and you still say yes.
That's a good character. That's good. I like
it. A little kinky.
Yeah, and then there's sometimes where I want to be the person that be like, sit your ass
right
down.
That's sexy.
I like that.
That's sexy. I like when a woman takes charge every now and then because niggas, we do it all the time.
That's your armor. Like that's how you come out into the world. Like you are I'm the same way, but like in a feminine aspect.
Right.
So it is cool for somebody to be like, girl.
Right. 100%. Please. I advise any woman, if you like a nigga and you think he's taking too long,
what's up?
Make the first move, sis.
But you know what? What you find out in that whole aspect is a lot of men that present themselves as dominant, they literally, like when you meet them with the same energy, they don't know what the fuck to do with that. They have no idea.
Because that's not.
They're not used to it.
Not used to that.
I mean, I can adapt either way.
Yeah, but we appreciate it. What you seeing is like, oh shit.
Nervousness.
Yeah, I don't know what
you don't know what the fuck.
And that's when y'all get y'all power off, to be quite honest. That's when y'all most powerful.
It's like yarn.
Right.
When y'all are in that position.
In that position? Yeah, 100%.
Y'all are very vulnerable.
Ask for it. What's up?
100%. Right.
Anyway, what's the next question? What's the next question? Okay, so women are the object. What were we talking about?
Attraction. Physical attraction.
Anal.
Oh Jesus!
Wait a minute.
Let's
relax.
Yeah, we're not gonna take it there. We're not gonna take it there.
Sorry. You started it, bro.
Yeah. But we were just discussing the difference between men and women as far as attraction goes. Like women are automatically the objects of attraction in society. So I mean, how do y'all feel about that? Just because sometimes y'all don't go out the house to be sexualized
at all. Like I be looking ugly, and they be like, "Oh, I'm like, you have bad taste, bro." Why would you even approach me looking like?
But you're the same woman though. That's what you don't understand. Like,
oh, I understand that.
Even if it's like you go out thinking I'm not on my game today, you're still the same person. So you looking at a man differently for how he approaches. Yeah, that's a you thing. It's not a him thing. It's like I met you today. Like I didn't meet you tomorrow.
I like what I saw.
Yeah, I like what I saw, so I approached you.
That's dope.
Well, I mean, when I wear certain stuff, I know the type of attention I'm gonna get, and I think some women be acting like they don't know, and it's like, how did you? Even I look in the mirror like, oh, I'm sexy today.
Like today. Okay, so we're not gonna do that. But what I'm saying is, okay, so we can. So I don't have a bra on.
Okay.
But my thing is, I just literally couldn't find one that fit, and I want to be able to come out, have this conversation, we all good, without it being like, oh, I'm trying to be overly sexual. I just literally couldn't find a bra that would make sense for my show.
But do you know? Now we're,
that's why I didn't get out the car.
But if you went to the store and
like a gas station, I wouldn't. I didn't.
But you know it's coming with a different energy.
So what's the point?
No, but
some women don't like. They be like, "Why is men always looking at me?" But you're dressing. I'm not saying
Oh, I got it. Okay, I'm back.
No man should get out of pocket. Don't get me fucked up. No man should touch you. No man should be over.
But they're gonna
look.
Yeah, I got
if you come out no bra and you got body, we're going to look at you. We may address you like
as you should. Otherwise, you are like a little like sweet potato growing out the ground.
Not a sweet potato.
Yeah, a sweet potato. It's a sweet potato.
Not a sweet potato.
Yeah, you're a vegetable growing out the ground.
Yeah. And then you'll be mad if you didn't get any attention.
Exactly my point. Because when you come out the house and you dressed up, you mad if a nigga don't approach you. But it's like, no, I like you in your natural state. Which is, that kind of comes to my point about the difference between like when women accentuate everything else opposed to just being natural. Like,
naturally beautiful.
Naturally beautiful. I sent you a video about that earlier.
Titties, vagina.
Yeah.
So like, what are you really advertising?
Right, because you are who you are.
But on the opposite end of that, if you have body, it's kind of hard to hide it.
You can't hide that shit.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you know? Like, so how do you judge? So when you see a man, you like everything about him, and you're like, okay, we might get physical. How do you know he is going to be the man you take a chance on?
Woo, that's a deep question because everybody be like,
I think it's hands.
Here she goes. I don't think any.
I think hands. I think hands tell it all. I think the girth, the length, all that shit is determined by. It's not feet. I know that.
Definitely not.
Feet don't matter. I promise you, it don't matter.
Oh, you're talking about a physical trait.
Like, what's a trait that lets you know whether or not, like, I think this nigga got BDE.
Well, they give it off by big thick energy is BDE.
Yeah. Yo.
Okay,
sorry. Y'all silly as fuck, first of all.
We do this every day.
She said throw that ass in a circle. Well, I would say a walk.
Yes, definitely a walk. I feel like a walk. Like they just know. They just be knowing.
It's something about the
shoulders
the walk.
Back, bow legs.
And of course, if you look in that area, depending on what they're wearing.
Sorry.
But I would say just
be normal.
Are you okay?
No. Go ahead.
With their energy,
Y'all talking about a confidence.
A confidence. They say what
like,
they.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you're gonna come to me like a. They're drawing the women in.
That's what that is I know I can hit. I'm just biting my tongue.
Right. Oh my God. That sounds horrible.
But that's what it is. That's what you're saying.
Does it? I didn't get that feeling.
That's what you're saying.
I didn't
let's just cut the shit. It's like, yo,
I know she gonna like me.
I know I can hit. All I gotta do is not fuck it up. I just don't need to say too much.
I don't feel like that.
That's what.
No, I was saying they give off a certain confidence.
But confidence is saying I know I can get you because I'm confident in myself. You see what I'm saying?
But your dick should not be the thing that. So okay, so I'm like,
all that.
I don't feel like that.
Nah, but what you talking about is like the physical aspect.
I'm talking about physical.
Well, I'm just talking about how she knows that she's gonna deal with a nigga.
Well, I can't say I've always.
Like, you gonna fuck me. Alright, so many niggas can. That's not it. Like, to me, it's like, it's gotta be to the point where you're talking to me specifically. I like my shit customized. Like, I don't need you to, like, okay, you got a big dick, or you got like money, or you got all these things that people gravitate towards. That's not gonna turn me on. What's gonna turn me on is the fact that you can talk to Shakayla. Like, I'm Shakayla.
Right.
You're talking to me, and it's something that you say, it's something that you do, is a way that you move that lets me know it's customized to me.
Right.
Let me correct.
Go ahead.
Please.
I wasn't saying the big dick energy. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that gets me. I'm just saying I see it.
You see it.
That doesn't mean you're gonna fuck.
But no, I want to know what gets y'all there. How do you know? What gets y'all there as opposed to I'm attracted to them or I'm gonna have sex with them?
Oh, let me.
What's the difference?
For me, it's customization. For me, it's like, you saw me. Like, you know, I got kids. I got a 15-year-old child, an 11-year-old child. Mm-hmm. And then when I make my, adjustments or whatever to be able to spend time with you, you appreciate that shit. Okay. When I'm talking to you and I'm talking a language that you're not used to, we're talking our language. Like, we got our own shit. Okay. Like, that connection that is customized to me and you as the person. Right. And you appreciate it. Like, don't waste my motherfucking time.
What you talking about is intimacy.
It's intimate.
She needs
that
it.
is the thing. I have to have. I am not, even if you fine as fuck with a big ass dick, I am not going to be the person. Yeah. Let's be clear. Like, that
it's
shit,
more than
a simple bitch would love that shit. I am not that. Like, you have to, it's got to be customized. That's all I'll say.
I was going to cancel a myth. With Chulo's question.
The whole thing.
Episode 2. She
canceling myths.
All right, speak your piece.
Because I've heard from multiple people that women know right off bat if they're gonna fuck with a guy or not in that way. No, I do not know within the first day if I'm positive.
I'd be like,
I am positive. I do not know. Because most of the time, I'm gonna tell my side. Okay. Most of the guys that I've been into, like really into, had feelings for, strong feelings. I didn't like them at first. Like something was like,
it didn't work.
And I gave him a chance, and it's like, oh.
And that's good on your side. I can give you props for that because you gave niggas a chance to prove.
Well, I'm not saying I wasn't attracted. I'm just saying it was like, it wasn't a spark right off bat type thing. Like most women, I know it's kind of unrealistic. We look for a spark right in the beginning.
I'm glad you acknowledged that because a spark, that shit is very unrealistic. That's some fairy tale shit that women seem to lean on a lot of the times where a spark can be grown.
It can. I can attest to that.
We can grow a spark. You can.
No.
You definitely can. I mean, not with everyone. If I'm not attracted to you.
We're not talking about everybody. We're not talking about everybody. We're talking about somebody that you are into, you're attracted to. Like you just said.
I'm at least attracted to him.
You a living testament to it. You just said every nigga you didn't have that spark with at first.
Right.
But you grew to like these niggas. Period.
Yeah, but it didn't end up working out. Like to me.
It doesn't matter though. We ain't gonna be with everybody. We're not gonna be with everybody. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about this. getting to that point where you want to spend your time with somebody.
Do you feel like you had a spark in the beginning with
the niggas I like back? Yeah, like
in the beginning.
In the beginning, that's how it started. To me, if it had to get there, I feel like I wasn't missing the mark. Like I feel like,
So time out.
We supposed to be friends. Like it was not supposed to be.
You telling me you had a spark with niggas up front? You had good sex with everything up front, and you had you a fucking unicorn.
She is.
I'll take it.
She's a beautiful unicorn.
That's great. Let's just say what it is.
That's not the point. My point is, I don't like. Okay, damn. I don't want to go too deep because I feel like I would lose people. But as far as like, I've been married before, so to me, the point is, I look for like the microaggressions. Like there's certain things that tell me who you are like this.
Okay.
Whereas other people who have not had to commit to some bullshit before, you know, they won't know how to pick up on those cues. I do. Okay. So if it's a man that I'm not like, we can't talk and we can't like my sense of humor offends you or whatever. If we're not on the same page when it comes to like how I just naturally exist every day,
can't be together.
Then sex is not even on the we don't even have to talk about sex because we're never gonna get there.
So
but if it's like this, I know sex gonna be great. And if it's not, that's an anomaly. That's the anomaly.
Right.
Not
when all the other shit happens and the sex is bad.
And it's like right here, like every time we talk, we're relating. It makes sense. I don't have to over explain shit to you. We are just literally right here. Every time I'm looking in your eyes, you looking in my eyes. You know what I mean? So I can't pretend to be confused if none of that shit worked and then we had sex and it didn't work.
Right. So can I ask you this? What are the things that's gonna say I'm not having sex with this nigga? Because
a lot of things. If you are already possessive of me and my time, like I had a guy that I fell asleep. Like nigga, I'm a mom, so like I fell asleep when? I fell asleep when he was anticipating our next interaction or whatever.
Y'all was talking and y'all
playing. And we were talking, and I fell asleep, and he was like, "That's a red flag." This, that, and the other, and I'm like, "What the fuck, nigga?"
He was born.
He was bored, for sure. And I'm like, nigga, I don't even know what you mean.
Oh, that's a dub then. That's a dub.
For me, I was not, after that, I was never sexually attracted.
You know what's funny about that, though? Women do not have to be intriguing to men.
Yeah.
What kind of men are you talking about?
Listen what I'm saying. Y'all have personality. Y'all have character, right? Some women that I've come in contact with, they hide all that because for some niggas that's not even a prerequisite for me to fuck with you. Like,
it don't really take. Well, for some men, it don't take a lot of.
I don't even care how they think. Like they are just people that are just supposed to be amongst the people who think like them. Like fuck them. Like, what else can we talk about?
Why do they hide it though? Why do you feel like they hide it?
I don't even feel like I don't care.
Because it's
I'm gonna be honest, fuck them.
I feel you, fuck them, but sometimes you come in contact with these.
So why would you even want their attention?
You don't.
So they look nice and they don't even know how to ride a dick. Like who gives a fuck?
I've come into contact with this.
No, it's no way in the fucking hell. You cannot ride a dick and only be physically attracted to your partner. The only way you can ride a dick,
that it comes instinctively.
Exactly, it's instinctual because you connected. Like that's the only way you can do it good. Like to me, sex is just such a thing that is so like personal. Sex is not a thing that you just
like. I'm not the same.
Like, oh yeah, I like titties. Like that's just titties. Like yeah, to me,
I've had good sex with people I'm not personal with. So what y'all
that
saying?
Sounds terrible.
I mean,
that's horrible.
But listen, what I'm saying. Like what we were talking about before, when you hit it right off the bat with some of these niggas.
Oh yeah,
you're a man.
You was, but what I'm saying is you wasn't a long time in with a lot of these niggas. I'm not even asking you how long it was, but what I'm saying is it was the first time. So it wasn't 2 years in. You know what I'm saying? Like
it doesn't have to be 2 years in. I have had a connection with a person to where it's like if we had sex, we're having sex with each other. Right. It's just not like a penis and a vagina and now we're having sex. Right. It's literally like I know what your kinks are. You know what my kinks are.
I get it.
And now here we go. Like we about to explore all this shit together. Right. I can have that, or it might take years or whatever. But to me, Like, just because I think you're fine, I'm not gonna have great sex with you.
I feel that. We can let's go to another question.
I think we're done. Let's see.
Oh, can I ask y'all opinion on threesomes?
Please.
I would like to know what y'all opinion is on.
I feel like
if a nigga y'all are dealing with, if y'all the guy y'all dealing with, y'all man came to y'all and be like, you know what, I just want to try something different. I want to try to bring another.
I feel like it's too much.
But I'm gonna let you pick her though. I'm gonna let you pick her.
Because I feel like even though I think women are fucking beautiful, but
I don't want to do anything when I'm sexually.
At some point, I might punch you in the face if you start
Which
wanting
one,
to.
him or her?
Both of them.
Damn.
I feel like both of them.
I would be overthinking the whole
bitch,
time.
Why?
What the fuck? You like that?
Because, okay, for one, I'm not going to do anything to her. So.
That's not happening.
It's not going to be a
well-rounded
three.
You're not going to tickle me to death. I don't want to be tickled.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Right, I like muscles and veins and stuff. I don't want titties and ass and all that.
I mean, I'll look at them. I like them. I'll spurt, but don't touch me.
I'm like, oh, she fine as hell. Or she got a
ass
body.
and big titties, but yeah.
Can y'all not understand the people that like live that type of lifestyle? Do you understand it?
None of my business.
I can understand it.
I get it, but
if you're free,
it's definitely a demographic of people who like threesome. So I'm just asking if y'all.
I can't understand it in a relationship dynamic, but if
it's
everyone's single, they're like, oh, let's have a good time. I can understand that because you're just single, you're doing whatever you want.
I feel like I would snap out of it and punch you in the face.
Let me ask y'all another question. If you are married to somebody, right?
And they ask,
and it's been,
we would have had to have a conversation.
But listen, it's been 20 years, right?
20.
I've had sex with you every type of way possible. But it's getting stale. I love you to death, but it's getting stale.
She sucks.
Let's try something else. I've never had it done before, but let's just see if it works. I'm trying to keep the marriage going. Would you do it?
I already know what my first response gonna be.
Not if you want another bitch to be included. Like, we could do a whole lot of gang shit.
I'm gonna be like, so why'd you marry me if the sex is stale?
If you were like trying to include other people to make it, like, to me, I get it. Like, I get.
So your thing is,
don't jump straight into that to spice it up. Is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, I prefaced it with saying we've done it every other way.
Oh, you're right.
I've been married to where like sex, like, yo, sex is so. Sex is like a thing that is never like just concluded. Like, you can literally like
do a different way.
I mean,
fantasies. Can we do that? My fantasy is I would love role play without me having to say it. Like, I don't want to tell you, okay, I'm a student.
You want a nigga breaking the house, bam, breaking the house and tie you up.
That's what it.
So what I would want is
the lights.
him to come home after work and I'll be like, take your pants off.
Oh.
Put him over there.
You see?
And I'll be like,
laundry night? Laundry night.
That's you talking. And I'll be like, no, give me that. Give me that.
Laundry
All right, so your drink is over there.
Okay.
I got your plate is in the microwave.
Okay.
Go ahead and bring that out.
Okay.
And then the whole time he like, what the fuck is happening?
What's happening right now?
And when do you have one?
That is the great question.
Depends on the motherfucking day.
That's what I'm saying. That makes the difference.
I got on boy shorts.
Ooh,
with an apron.
With an apron.
Ooh.
With an apron on, nothing else.
Interesting.
Hair is neat as fuck. So my whole thing is,
and some heels or some slippers or
not slippers.
No.
Have y'all ever showed up to a nigga?
I got anklets on. I got anklets and pedicure toes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I got on glitter and shit, and I'm shining them.
Ooh.
So
shiny.
my whole thing is,
have we showed up weird?
Have you ever showed up to somebody's crib unannounced with like the trench coat and nothing underneath?
Not unannounced,
it's
but
like,
I have.
Yeah, that's like a thing, right?
Absolutely. Don't give away all my secrets.
No, I'm just saying, we're going to get to one of your secrets in a second. I'm just warming up to you. I was letting you live, but you just reminded me. But we're gonna start with the trench coat question. Have you ever done that?
I have.
Okay.
I've handcuffed. So
that I have not done.
So y'all took it.
I blindfolded, but not handcuffed.
A whole like body stocking.
Ooh, she's
Catwoman ass.
Ooh.
We talking about states. All right. So what else do you want to talk about, Jess?
So, favorite position.
Whoa.
So, don't count me out. And don't say I'm a lazy bitch, because I'm not. Wow. I like it from the side.
Wow. From the side.
That's my favorite.
You just gonna have your little leg up?
That's the 7 a.m.
It's different variations of the side. Not.
That's the you wake. You awake?
Mine is shaped a certain way, I guess. I don't know. From the side.
Either side. What is yours?
Let's say you awake 7 a.m. You want them?
Hey.
Yeah, I want them.
We already cuddled up and shit.
Right.
Spooning and whatnot. Just go ahead and
from the side.
Pop it in there.
I don't even know what that shit
I
called.
agree. I'm a fan.
From the side? How you gonna take hers?
No, I ain't.
What's your
favorite? Oh no, is that shit?
No. My favorite is it depends on the person. Like if it's a man, like the man.
Oh, I guess it depends on the person.
If I like his mouth or his face, like I wanna see it. Or if it's just on some shit like you're like dominant and I'm dominant too, but I'm gonna let you have it. I'm looking back. So I feel like that is
so back shot.
It depends on the person.
Yeah.
As long as you keep your hands on deck, I'm good. Like I want all
hands on deck.
She likes to be caressed.
I like to be caressed. Like I want all your hands
in your hair
in my hands.
Ooh,
choked and shit.
Choked. I was about to say
choked.
Yes. I had a girl ask me to do that, and then I've never left that area. I'm always there now. Like
you want to choke her every time?
But you gotta
that
do
girl,
it.
but I'm saying I've incorporated that shit into my when I
choking is cool, but you have to that's fine.
It's not for everybody, but you can test it. You can tell if you place your hand there softly and if she
pressure.
Right.
You apply
if she don't tell you to stop, I'm there.
Or she don't move your hand.
Yeah, if she don't move my hand, I'm there. All right, bet. There.
Oh, it depends on a man. If I like it depends on how I like to see you.
Right.
If I want to see you looking down, like if you a chair, I'm gonna sit on.
Whoa. Are you sitting on his face or what are you talking about?
Wherever I want to. Oh, on the man. Like if you like the chair, do you like
to be on top and looking down at him?
If that's who I like to be on top and looking down at, yeah.
Well,
but I might want to see your hands on my hips. I might want to see you hitting it. I want to look back. It depends.
You have different ones.
It depends.
I like missionary.
Yeah, I'm a doggy style guy.
Is your hair? I like doggy style. But you need to save that position for the last. Because it's gonna be like that. Like everything else is like just the enjoyment.
No.
If you hitting from
what's like that is when y'all on top. Y'all have all control.
Yeah,
you can push me off.
But no. I don't want to push you off though. That's the thing. You gonna fuck me up into like, yo, this gonna be a short night.
That's what you know. You know that.
That's how I feel about behind. Like
yo,
behind this thing, I don't have to say so. Like nigga, you already straight there. Especially if you know how to put your hands.
Missionary is where we lose control.
You trying to make love.
It's personal.
I like it.
That's the make love position.
Is it?
Yeah, you trying to look in the eyes and all that.
I'm not looking in the eyes.
You trying to lock arms.
Ask you a little question.
All right. You don't ask it. You can just ask him. I don't need to be there.
Ask her to ask me.
Go ahead.
Good question.
So do y'all consider? Is that a real thing?
Missionary, the intimate, the love making.
Different positions is intimacy or not? Y'all really okay?
Yeah, if I'm missionary, it's definitely an intimate position. Niggas just ain't gonna give up missionary.
I think
I think y'all like missionary.
I ain't seen one that did it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And they the ones that be falling in love, and I be like, okay.
I'm saying we don't, but
usually you make them want to marry you.
I can speak for myself. If I don't fuck with you like that, I'm not just missionary.
Why are we having sex? That's my thing. If we're having sex, we already are to the point where it needs to make sense. Like I'm not just fucking you because I think you're attractive.
Well, I know, but I'm talking from a nigga's perspective, from a guy's perspective.
Okay, so who was I fucking with? Because I thought they was niggas.
Yeah, but if he likes you,
I don't fuck with niggas.
Put it to you like this, Shakayla. If he's had sex with you, he liked you. He probably had sex with somebody he didn't like so much.
Oh, it just
happened before.
This happened before, right? He's had sex with you. He liked you, but he probably just hit another one from the back.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? When Bam and it was out of there. He didn't lock eyes with her and he didn't do all that.
So you incorporate toys in the bedroom?
I have never, but I'm not saying I
never either.
I'm not saying I
would. And I feel like I'm very sexually like open, but I've never incorporated toys.
I've never had a girl introduce it though, so I don't.
So it would take the girl to do it, not you.
But this the thing.
Yeah, it would be a little awkward.
What the fuck am I gonna help you?
And I'm here. I agree. Like I don't think I would. Okay.
Listen, look. She about to pull one out. Like, she about to hit a tutorial.
Jess got the whole line.
Yeah, she ain't fucking around. She's not fucking around.
She ready to teach us something.
Yeah, go ahead. What you got going on?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, when Chilla was like, what am I going to do? Like, you use the toy on her.
But you got a dick. He got a dick.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't got a dick.
You want to make it spicy, don't you?
I get it, but...
I get a clitoris orgasm off a toy.
She's like that. I like penetration, so I think it depends on the woman.
If you're trying to get it from both angles, I get it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have sex too.
No, what I'm saying is that was in my head. It only works if you trying to get it from both angles. Right?
Oh
from
yeah,
the back and from the front. Then it would make sense to me.
Yeah, have you?
But it's still gonna be weird as fuck for me at the beginning, cause I'm like, yo.
And then it's buzzing and shit.
Yeah, I don't want nothing that's gonna. The batteries gonna die. You got some AAA batteries.
Oh.
No, I don't. It's like
it is AAA.
It's not my shit. Like
one man.
It's not my shit.
And give him like at least so what's too small? Oh, that's what we was talking about. So like we was talking about like
always gonna do missionary. Period.
I mean,
all of them do missionary.
But we was talking. Okay, so we were saying like, okay, so why is sex such a taboo subject? Like she feels like if you are a man that doesn't have a larger penis, you should be able to have that conversation with the girl that you are considering to be like serious with. Like you should be able to say, hey, you know, I ain't that much. She could be like, okay, but I have so it's a guy that I was liking or whatever, and he was basically telling me, I could tell he was a little bit insecure, and he was saying how basically like, you know, he's not huge or whatever, and he was like, can I send you a picture? I don't mind that. Otherwise, I don't like, just don't send me no random ass dick pic. So anyway, he sent it to me, and I was like, I don't know that. Like, you can lay down, I'll be alright. Like, I know what I'm doing. You know, so it didn't bother me. And she was saying that those conversations need to be normalized.
But I know why they won't, though.
Because you can play pretend like you got a big dick, but eventually you gonna have to reveal the fact that you don't.
If it's too small and the girl's like, I don't want to fuck with that, instead of getting in the moment and then it's like, hard to turn it down.
But if it's that small where there's a conversation that needs to be had, it needs to be had beforehand. Because my thing is, I know women that don't like penetration like that. And I'm like, maybe you gay, but they're not. They don't get an orgasm. They like clitoral, stimulation. Yeah. So
they went
that would work for a little while. Exactly.
Have y'all ever stopped?
Have the conversation.
Y'all ever stop like when nigga whipped out and y'all like, nah, I'm cool.
Yes,
absolutely.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. Like it ain't even no point. Stop playing.
Whoever y'all did it to, he still deals with it to this day.
I'm sure, but
I haven't.
He needs to find his. He needs to find his strength. I feel like, I mean, it's different with women. Like, we can get bigger asses through surgery, which I'm never gonna do, or like, you know, titties or whatever.
That's another double standard.
It's
another double standard.
There's vaginal rejuvenation.
That's another double standard.
And if you gotta use it,
y'all getting like surgery to get enhancements and that. That's a nigga getting a dick enhancement. It don't ring off the same in the conversation. It's not the same thing.
Her point was, so you need to work on your like personality.
Everything else needs to be on point. If you need
to work on your personality and your head game.
Hell.
And your head game.
No, I feel you.
It's somebody for everybody. I feel like
it is, but that's what it is. That's what.
And your body's gotta fit during sex too.
You're right. Somebody.
What else you want to say? You don't like what, Jess? Fat niggas?
Don't you do it? Don't you do it?
I was not gonna say anything about.
Shout out to the hefty niggas around the world.
Right. Yo, let's be clear.
Shout out to the hefty niggas around the world.
I don't care if you're big. I don't mind. I don't mind no solid man.
Okay. Because we ain't gonna body shame. Because I ain't gonna do that with women.
No.
Thank you,
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
First of all, let's be clear.
Yeah.
I need you to be confident as a person.
100%.
I don't care if you're. I am not like no little woman. I'm juicy, so I don't mind. I'm juicy. Yeah. I don't mind a solid man, but your confidence, like you gotta know who you are. That's my main thing. And I don't like pretty niggas. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like pretty niggas. I want, huh? What'd you say, Jess?
Yeah.
Here's your mic. What'd you say? You like?
There's nothing wrong with larger men.
Okay,
disregard.
We're past that.
Glad you cleared that up.
I love it.
Oh, that's a turn off for me too. Is pulling hair.
Anyway, though, it's a go-to.
It is. No, you gotta know for sure. Because this you can do.
Not every black woman wants you to touch their hair.
Exactly.
As long as it's not braid. No, braids are okay. You just gotta have even pressure.
Even that's a conversation. I ain't just.
You think really braids?
Even pressure with
choking.
Oh,
choking.
Did you say just choke me?
But see, even all that is a conversation. I need that a conversation.
I don't want to have a conversation. I need us to match to it.
My hand.
Shakayla, here you go with your unreasonable expectations for niggas. It's unreasonable.
You can't have it.
Because if a nigga,
I've had it before. It's not unreasonable.
No. But what I'm saying is from the person. So if nigga, if we just like what if you ain't feeling it that day? You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna be confused by that, because I'm gonna tell you. And then
that's my point. If you tell me,
if we get to the point where we about to have sex, you already got it.
Right. I understand.
Okay. Because otherwise, don't fucking touch me. To me, it's polar opposite. You either gonna get to the point where you even got your hand around my neck. It's not gonna be an in between where you got your hand around my neck and I'm like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, nigga, do whatever you like.
All that shit is trial and error. Period.
Not with me. No, you didn't get that far. You didn't get to the point where you got your hands on me and I don't want you doing certain shit. If you got your hands on me, you already know what I like.
Well, let's not act like it's not a difference between putting my hands on you and putting my hands around your throat. It is a difference.
Not to me. Don't touch me.
Well, that's because you like it.
Right.
Oh, you're saying if the woman don't like it.
There are some women who don't.
They ain't got nothing to do with me.
I understand. I'm a man who deals with women, so
that all
you got it.
Yes.
It is, to me, it is straightforward. Like, if you get to the point where you're actually touching me and I'm letting you touch me, do whatever, because you already understood. It's fluid.
Right.
If it's to the point where you might touch me and I don't like the fact that you don't like this or like,
right.
You would never touch me. Like, it never got to that point.
Yeah, some people just, depending on what you like,
they're trying to figure out if they like what it.
Yeah, sometimes you're not with that. Like, I had a girl say she don't like thumb in the butt. You know what I'm saying?
Did you put it in there first?
No, we were just talking about it. Oh. And she said, "No, I don't."
Well, yeah. But I'm saying if you're already in the mix of it, like, it's like, can I put my thumb in there? Like, you already on him. Like,
yeah, but we was talking and we was having a conversation. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But what if it would have been worse if he did it during the act and she didn't like it?
God, I couldn't imagine. That's.
Well, yeah, certain different strokes for different folks.
So we are going to wrap this up. Unless you got something else, what you want to say, Jess?
When I was saying bodies fitting, I was not talking about fat people. I was just saying.
Nice cleanup. We love everybody.
Right.
I like thick, small, muscular. It just
short, tall.
I like
keep
tall.
Light skin, dark skin.
Yeah. It depends on the man. I like the man. I don't know who he is or what until I meet him. But I like
that you said it. And the reason we can end off, but the reason you said that is because I hate when people say, I want a man to be 6'5".
Oh, no, that's so dumb.
But I think your baby daddy is 5'5".
Look at
you know what I'm saying? 2
Chainz. My baby daddy like 2 Chainz.
But what I'm saying is you don't know what you like until you meet the nigga. So it's like, I'd rather you say you like what you like.
I like what I like. And it depends on the person.
Right.
I don't discriminate. I do have a type. I like them real black. But I also liked a guy that was glowing in the dark.
So
he was very light.
It's whatever appeals to you at the moment.
Yeah, like I like people. I like your soul first, and then if it however it manifests in the physical, I'll find a way to like it.
But side note, before we end, physical attraction is important for sex.
Oh, that's what we was gonna talk about. So me and Jess we gonna wrap it up, but me and Jess gotta talk about this. What we don't understand is why men automatically equivalent a man being nice with being ugly. So they're like, oh, y'all want nice men, but when y'all get, nice men, y'all don't like them because they're not physically attractive. I'm like, we can have both. It's okay for us to have a nice man that is still fine as fuck. And they're like, yeah, you're alone and by yourself because you wanted a man that was fine instead of the man that was nice. And I'm like, he can't be nice and fine? What we got?
Like, we like eye candy too.
A nigga that said that is kind of insecure. He sound insecure.
It's like a broad thing, I think.
It's a lot. And they're like, you're alone because you turned down all the nice men in your inbox. I'm like, do they have to be ugly too?
Well, that goes back to saying you like what you like. Because again, women can't say they like nice men when there are nice men that they don't like. Just say you like what you like. You understand what I'm saying? Because
you can like nice men and attractive.
You can, but again, you like that person. So, because a person to get it fucked up is like, oh, I'm a nice guy, she'll like me. No, nigga, she likes who she likes. Period. And once you get
same with men, like you sent me something today. Mm-hmm. You sent me something with a woman, and she was like, I hate them bullshit ass lashes and the fake ass like lace fronts and. What's sexy is a woman that can know how. I can cook, I can clean, and I will still put on my lashes. I will still put my hair in a bun. I'll wear some sexy ass shit because it's not mutually exclusive. Right. Like me being a good ass domesticated, quote unquote, woman does not equivalent. It's not equivalent to me being, not ugly, but homely. Homely.
Right.
So.
Right. But I mean,
get your lip smacked off.
Secretly, but men, those are attributes that men look for in a wife.
But they disassociate it with a woman that is in tune with her physical.
That's where they fuck up at. Because you can have both.
You can, like they're out here, right, Jess? Look at her. She looks like a vixen.
What video you go to, girl?
She's going to the club.
Yeah. She can make some bomb ass croquettes.
Yeah. I would find
some croquettes.
You a bartender?
And brownies.
And brownies. Yeah. And I'm a bartender. The bottle girl.
Yeah, you're definitely a bottle girl tonight. But nah, you can have both.
I'll go down. I will raise your children. I'll raise my children, obviously. And I will still put on my lashes and put my hair in a bun. I will wear a little skater skirt. We can role play. I'm a simple wife. Like, what you feel like doing today? Because I'm gonna have fun, period. Like, I have to have a man that is ready for whatever. So.
100%.
I think it's
let's get rid of that nice guy
narrative, like equals ugly, or women that are domesticated are not sexy. I walk on anyway. So thank you guys for tuning in to Black Addict.
Thank you.
Like, share, subscribe until we're Black Addict again.
Thank you.
We gotta go ahead and roll it up because we're gonna keep talking.
Yeah, this is a good subject.
Oh, and thanks for the support.
Thank you all.
Thank you, all my friends and family who have supported me.
Y'all came through.
And us.
I love it. All right, we'll see y'all when we are Black Addict again.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chills.